Narcissists are incapable of being in a successful relationship. They are incapable of love, and they are incapable of not being selfish and putting another person before themselves. So what you have is just a repeated cycle of them going from person to person and destroying people's lives, snatching their souls, and moving on to the next victim. So if they have any relationship for any length of time, it's only because the person that they are with is putting up with all of their shenanigans and hasn't started to see through the mask. Because once the person does start seeing through the mask and calling them out and pointing things out about their erratic behaviors, that is when they will start to devalue the person and start looking for new supply and looking to discard that person. So they might stay with a person for a length of time, but it's only because that person is providing good supply for their addiction. So it's like a drug. So as long as that person is stroking their ego and going along with the program from the militant narcissist, then everything is perfectly fine. But when that person starts to see through the cracks and starts to see some chinks in the armor and brings this up to the narcissist, that is when they are going to realize that, okay, wait a minute, I'm losing control of this person. This person is starting to see through my act and my lies and my nonsense, and then it becomes apparent that they're going to need to find a new, fresh source of supply. But narcissists get bored anyway, so even if they do have a kind of steady supply source, they have wandering eyes. They're constantly looking for some new adventure to what they perceive of someone who may be able to serve them better, who is more of a who can be a better slave, essentially, who's maybe more naive, a little more green, hasn't been around the block a time or two. They'll move to something like that. And for most of the people I've heard stories from, they generally say they went younger. They'll go to like an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just pathetic. It's so pathetic. It's unbelievable. But not that this is some grand epiphany, but narcissists cannot be in a successful relationship. It doesn't matter if it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, at work. They don't like authority. They don't like rules. They don't like anyone telling them what to do. So how are they going to maintain, in any capacity, in every capacity in life? You have to work with other people. You have to work as a team. You have to, if you're in a family, the family has to work as a cohesive unit. Like, this is going to provide a stumbling block for them for their entire lives, because they cannot get along with anyone. They are unwilling to bend to anyone else's needs or desires. It just has to, all the traffic is moving in one direction, all the traffic and all the attention and everything has to revolve around the narcissist. So as far as you're concerned, you don't exist. Your needs don't exist. Your feelings don't exist. You don't exist at all. Nothing about you exists. Your hobbies aren't important to the narcissist. There's nothing special about you because they'll replace you at the drop of a dime. And as soon as you realize this, you're going to be in a superior position, because once you know that, you can move on with ease. So the narcissist, in many ways, let's say, for example, they discard you first. They're doing you a favor because they're sending you in the right direction, because they're showing you, I'm a demon, I'm a piece of crap, you deserve much better than me. And they're showing you who they are. They're showing you what time it is. And sometimes, in many cases, you may have needed for that to happen in order to see who they really were. You may have stayed there for years longer had that not happened, and suffered more and more and more abuse. So this is actually a good thing. It puts you in the direction, as painful as it is, it sends you back into the orbit, back into the direction of where you need to be going, which is towards God. You were in the presence of a demon, of a Satanist, and how can you, which means that all your attention was going to this demon, all of your energy was being sucked dry from this demon. So God has to be first in your life. So when you were around this demon, that person took up all your energy and attention, and God was on the back burner being neglected. So by them discarding you, the roles have now reversed, and everything flipped. Like everything just, like a light switch, like it went to the opposite direction, and now you can move. You have to take time to heal, but after that, you can move toward your correct destiny. So you'll be back in the presence of light, in the presence of God. You can give your attention to the Almighty, because had your attention been on God in the first place, probably you would have been so strong in your faith and your belief in God taking care of you that you would not have needed or surrounded yourself with these demons in the first place. But we allowed man to come before God, and that's where we all went wrong. Hey, we all got bamboozled, we all got hoodwinked, but now we learned our lesson. Yes, we learned it the hard way, but now we can heal, move in the right direction, and take positive strides for our life, our goals, bringing back happiness and joy. We need to rebuild our entire consciousness, because when you're around these demons, you're basically, it's like you have an infection. You're infected by demons because you're around them. You ever heard that saying, you are what you eat? If you eat a bunch of poison and processed foods and garbage, you feel like crap. Well, what you take into your spirit, if it's demonic, if it's evil, if this is what you feed yourself day in and day out, you're going to feel sick to your stomach. You're going to be ill. You're going to be sick. So once you get rid of these demons, you're going to have life. You're going to have vitality. You're going to start to feel again. You're not going to be a zombie running on autopilot anymore. Your cells start to repair, your DNA, your spirit, your life comes back into your body. You now can bring the Holy Spirit into your body. That is who should be taking up all of your time. Focus on Yeshua. Focus on the Creator. That is where your energy should go towards.